This is a CBS News Miami special report.
Good afternoon. I'm Elliot Rodriguez in the CBS News Miami newsroom. We're bringing you breaking news right now. This is a news conference at Jackson Memorial Hospital by Miami Beach Police regarding an accident involving one of their motorcycle officers this morning. It happened on the Gratney Expressway near I-75 in northwest Miami-Dade, near the city of Hialeah. An officer was on a motorcycle that crashed into a median at about 11:35 this morning. No other vehicle was involved and no other injuries were reported, but the injuries to the officers are serious. Let's listen to Police Chief.
For the men and women from Miami Beach Police Department and for all law enforcement in South Florida. Today at approximately 11:28 a.m., Officer David Caruso was involved in a crash on I-75 near Northwest 138th Street. David was 33 years old. He leaves behind 3 children, ages 2, 3, and 5, and a grieving wife. David has been a police officer with the Miami Beach Police Department for 10 years, a decorated hero. I ask that you keep his young family in your thoughts and prayers as they navigate this grievance process. Thank you.
That will conclude our press conference. As conveyed, we are working very closely with our partners at the Florida Highway Patrol. All messaging will be disseminated in a uniformed manner, and any Spanish media affiliates who have additional questions can come and see me, please. Thank you.
Can we ask any questions at all of the police chief or anybody here? Particularly, you don't know how this happened, but at least can you comment about this incredible show of force and support?
Absolutely, sir.
As you can imagine, the investigation is very fresh and fluid, ongoing. FHP is the lead investigatory organization investigating this crash. Details are limited. We are eager to get information as to what happened. But right now, our focus and concerns about the family, children, his wife.
Chief, how do you feel about this incredible show of force here by officers from all over?
I am humbled by all the officers that came here from other organizations to show their support to David and his family and to Miami Beach Police Department.
Chief, can you tell us anything more about Officer Caruso's career and why he was in the motor unit? Something he loves, that his passion?
At this time, that will conclude the investigation. Obviously, we have a grieving family inside, and that's our priority. So we ask the community for their continued support and prayers. Thank you all so much.
I just wanted to say that every day I know our commission prays for our police officers, our firefighters, and today the worst of our nightmares came true. But I think you see we're united. We're showing support for the family, our police officers, all of law enforcement. We hold them dear in our hearts. God bless them all.
Spectacular turnout here.
Spectacular.
Well, that is the conclusion of the news conference. We heard from Miami Beach Police Chief Wayne Jones. We also heard from the mayor, newly elected mayor of the current mayor of Miami Beach, Stephen Minor, both expressing their condolences, their shock, and sadness at the death of a motorcycle officer. David Caruso was 33 years old, a 10-year veteran of the Miami Beach Police Department, a decorated officer, according to the chief. David Caruso leaves behind 3 children, ages 2, 3, and 5, and a wife who are there at the hospital grieving right now. An immensely sad day. And also a tremendous show of support from fellow law enforcement officers. We heard our own Peter Dench there asking the chief and asking the mayor about the show of support, and the chief saying that he's humbled by all the officers who showed up. If you look at the motorcycles at the top of your screen, you can see the number of motorcycles, dozens of police motorcycle units from the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office, Broward Sheriff's Office, City of Miami Beach, and other municipalities in South Florida coming out to show support for one of their own, a police officer who died this morning at about 11:30 a.m. on I-75 near Northwest 138th Street in Northwest Miami-Dade. This was an accident involving only the officer and his motorcycle. It crashed into a median at about 11:30, again on I-75 near the Gratney Expressway at approximately 138th Street in Northwest Miami-Dade. The officer was airlifted, and we have some video of the helicopters there going to the scene and airlifting the officer to the Ryder Trauma Center. The officer was pronounced dead there at the hospital. And protocol, there's the video right there of when they airlifted the officer, the helicopter landing there next to the side of the expressway, and you can see the cars out there, the ambulance still with the lights flashing. This was the scene this morning. It affected traffic, of course, on I-75 and the Gratney and throughout Northwest Miami-Dade. The air rescue chopper took the officer to the Ryder Trauma Center at Jackson Memorial Hospital, and that's where he was pronounced dead. A very sad day for law enforcement in South Florida, specifically for the Miami Beach Police Department, with Chief Jones saying that Officer Caruso was a decorated police officer, very well known and loved in the department, a 10-year veteran of the Miami Beach Police Department, and a decorated officer. All right, what's going to happen next? What typically happens in these situations, the protocol is that the body of the fallen officer is taken from the Ryder Trauma Center to the Miami-Dade Medical Examiner's Office, which is nearby, and normally there is a procession of police officers in motorcycles and in their police units following the hearse that will be carrying the body of Officer David Caruso, 33 years old, from Jackson Memorial Hospital to the Miami-Dade Medical Examiner's Office, and we're waiting for that to happen any minute now. The officers have been congregating there at Jackson Memorial Hospital all morning long since they actually closer to noon, afternoon today. The accident happening in the morning at 11:30 in the morning. The officers have been there on the scene at Jackson Memorial Hospital starting afternoon, and the dreadful news coming from the chief, Wayne Jones, saying that Officer Caruso did not survive his injuries. So the chief did not give much information about what happened here. This was an accident that, as far as we know, did not involve another vehicle. Again, we have not heard the official information from the police department. Up until now, we have not seen any evidence that another vehicle was involved, but we'll wait to see as they give us more information. But all they can tell us right now is that the officer was on a motorcycle and that motorcycle crashed into a median there on I-75 near 138th Street, which is very close to the Gratney Expressway. At that time of day, a lot of traffic in that area. We do not know if the officer was headed to work or coming from work, but he was on his motorcycle, and it was a single vehicle accident. No other vehicle was involved, and no other victims have been reported, other injuries other than the injuries sustained by Officer David Caruso, who succumbed to those injuries at the Ryder Trauma Center at Jackson Memorial Hospital. The chief said a minute ago that the family is at the hospital and that they are spending these last moments with Officer Caruso. Again, he was married with 3 children, ages 2, 3, and 5. His wife is at the hospital. We have reason to believe that his children may be there. We do not have confirmation, but his wife and potentially other family members are now spending their last minutes there at the hospital with the officer before the officer is taken to the medical examiner's office. And then, of course, there will be the preparations for the funeral service for Miami Beach police officer David Caruso, 33 years old, way too young to lose his life. An officer that was very well regarded in the city of Miami Beach. Chief Jones saying that this was a 10-year veteran of the police force and that he was a highly decorated police officer. So we're standing by right now for this procession to start. Not only do we have motorcycles, we have police cruisers as well, fire rescue vehicles also involved in this, and of course the vehicle that will carry the body of the fallen Miami Beach. Photo here of David Caruso, the police officer who lost his life way too young. You see the officer there involved with the fighting breast cancer efforts there and other efforts on the city of Miami Beach just to make it a better place for everybody. Archbishop McCarthy Alumni Association posted that picture of Officer David Caruso. Again, married with three young children, ages 2, 3, and 5. This young officer, law enforcement professional, losing his life in a single vehicle accident involving a motorcycle. He was a motorcycle officer for the city of Miami Beach, and other fellow officers have gathered again at Jackson Memorial Hospital to accompany the body from Jackson Memorial Hospital to the nearby Miami-Dade Medical Examiner's office. I think we have some video from earlier, again, of the air rescue. While we await the procession to start, we've seen the pictures. That's the helicopter that came out to take the officer from the scene of the accident. And the way it's been described to me, again, police have not given official information about this accident, but what our desk has been reporting is that the officer was on a motorcycle that crashed into the median there, and you can see it there into that ravine off the side of the highway. Yeah, and the motorcycle is still there. Pardon me, I'm being told these are live pictures from the scene. The motorcycle is still there. Investigators are still there. The Highway Patrol troopers, you can see them on the left side of the screen, on the right side of the screen, and the investigators there in the grassy area where that motorcycle remains right now. But the information we have is that this was a single vehicle accident at 11:30 this morning off of I-75 near Northwest 138th Street in Northwest Miami-Dade. This was a Miami Beach police officer. Now, we do not know if the officer was reporting to work or coming back from work, but the officer was on his official motorcycle from the Miami Beach Police Department. He is a regarded officer, well-known officer, and much-loved officer in the city of Miami Beach. You could tell that Chief Wayne Jones had a difficult time containing himself and just speaking to the media a minute ago and really saying that he does not have a lot of information on exactly what happened that caused this accident, this fatal accident in which Officer Caruso lost his life. But he said that he is heartened by the show of support, and what an amazing show of support it is. You can see officers there. You can see the motorcycles parked there. You have the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office, the Broward County Sheriff's Office. I saw the city of Miami Beach out there, city of Miami as well, and many local municipalities, not just motorcycle officers, but police cruisers as well. And the tradition is that when an officer has lost his life and is at the hospital, that officer's body will be transferred from the Ryder Trauma Center to the medical examiner's office, but that officer will not go alone. That officer will be accompanied by fellow officers, and they've congregated at that spot to show their support for the family of Officer David Caruso. So you can see the American flag is there. There is what looks like a fire truck that is now moving down that street. And we're going back to the live pictures of the accident scene, and this is fresh, so there's not a lot of information, almost no information on the accident itself from the police chief. When he was asked during the news conference, and our Peter Dench, of course, always doing a great job for us, asking questions of the chief, first asking about the officer, and can you tell us more about him? And the chief, in fact, did. He said that Officer Caruso, again, had spent 10 years with the Miami Beach Police Department, was a decorated officer, was a father, a husband with 3 small children, ages 2, 3, and 5. So we are waiting for this procession to start there outside Jackson Memorial Hospital. If you're just joining us, we have been following breaking news all morning since this accident happened at about 11:30 this morning, and we reported that this was an officer involved in this accident, and as the time went by, the news got worse. The officer's injuries were extremely serious, and the chief confirming just a short time ago that the officer did lose his life in this horrible accident, losing his life at a very young age with a young family. So you can imagine the devastation being felt by this family, the wife of Officer David Caruso and his 3 small children, who may very well not really understand what is going on right now. He's got a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old. Officer Caruso, a decorated officer, according to the police chief, and we have some more information coming from our desk. Officer Caruso was born in Miami. His parents are Ileana and David Caruso Sr. He has 2 sisters, Melanie and Natalie. Throughout his life, he played ice hockey and football. After graduating from Archbishop McCarthy High School, he attended Broward College, where he earned an associate's degree in criminal justice back in 2012. He then transferred to Florida International University, where he is currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. It has also been a goal of his and a dream to become a police officer, and he truly believes that this career is not given but earned. The officer, always anxious, and got started to be counted among those who strive for greatness and give their all to protect the citizens of the city of Miami. And there's also an article from 2019, dramatic body cam footage shows Miami Beach police officer hit by a car. Now this is going back again to 2019. Newly released Miami Beach Police Department body cam video shows the moment that Officer David Caruso was jogging. He was then hit by a black BMW. This was on Sunday evening, October of 2017. Officer Caruso's body camera captured the impact, and officers rushed to his side. Hold on, stay, the officers told him. This happened along 12th Street and Washington Avenue. Cell phone video captured Officer Michael Angulo shooting at the same black BMW. Shortly after that, Officer Caruso was taken to Jackson Memorial Hospital. Since then, the officer has returned to full duty. Now, in an interview with investigators, Caruso told them what he did to make sure he could continue to wear his badge. He said he had no choice but to jump so the vehicle didn't hit his knees, possibly breaking his legs and be serious injuries. So the officer at the time said that he braced for the impact with his left shoulder. He said he rolled over the hood, and after that he said he doesn't remember what happened. He was taken to the hospital. Now, investigators at the time said the 22-year-old Carry-On Hithon was shot and killed after hitting Officer Caruso. Investigators released their surveillance video of Hithon and a friend leaving Carlisle Cafe on Ocean Drive. The traffic cameras captured her struggling, leaving the parking space, swerving, speeding, and crashing into a pickup truck. A driver whose vehicle was struck called for help, as video showed Hithon leaving the scene after the crash. Again, the information that I'm reading to you now is from an article from 2017 involving Officer Caruso when he was involved in a situation in which he was hit by a black BMW in Miami Beach. Shortly after he was taken to the hospital, Jackson Memorial Hospital, and he was able to return to full duty. Pardon me, this is new information that we're just getting as we're getting the identity of the officers. Now, at the time, sources told CBS News Miami that Hithen, the person who was driving that black BMW involved in this incident back in 2017, had a high blood alcohol level, more than the legal limit. CBS News Miami at the time spoke to Hithen over the phone, and he believes his daughter panicked because of the large crowd. The driver's father said it was unusual that officers react the way they did. So he's still waiting for the investigation to be completed. Again, this was back in 2017, pardon me, February of 2019. So this was February of 2019 when this officer, David Caruso, was involved in an accident, in a situation on Miami Beach in which he was hit by a BMW that was being pursued by Okay, I'm trying to get some information here from our producers. Okay, so we are still waiting for this to take place, for the body of the officer to leave Jackson Memorial Hospital and come to and be taken to the medical examiner's office. So the information I was just reading to you again is from 2019, in which Officer Caruso was involved in an incident in which he was hit by a BMW. It was a suspect that police were after in the city of Miami Beach. And now fast forward 6 years later, and the officer has lost his life in a single vehicle accident on I-75. So if you're just joining us, let me bring you up to speed. We're following breaking news. Miami Beach police officer involved in a single vehicle accident on I-75 this morning, and that officer lost his life. The officer was identified about half an hour ago or 20 minutes ago by the police chief there in Miami Beach, Chief Wayne Jones, identifying the officer as David Caruso, 33 years old, a 10-year veteran of the department. The chief making it a point to say that Officer Caruso was a decorated officer, very well known, very highly regarded and beloved officer, part of the Miami Beach Police Department for the past 10 years. So the officer started young. He's 33 years old when he lost his life, so he would have started as a Miami Beach police officer at age 23, and the chief saying that he has had a stellar career with the Miami Beach Police Department. So again, we're waiting for the body of the officer to be transferred into that ambulance you see right there, and from there it's a Miami Beach Fire Rescue vehicle. Will take the body of Officer Caruso to the Miami-Dade Medical Examiner's office. All right, so we are waiting for this procession to take place. Again, the family is in the hospital. They are spending their last moments in the hospital with the officer and speaking to the medical professionals. We are going to continue covering the story, so stay with us on air and online. I'm Elliot Rodriguez, back to our regular programming.